they feel that way, it shows a weakness in their message. Because the message should do the talking, the example should do the talking, and they've done a lot of positive things. Like I said, I'm still a member, and I'm proud to call myself a member of all of these different organizations. But I really wish it would stop.
They don't know which one to join or where to go.
Yeah,
just join them all.
Exactly, I did join them all, and because I really wish it would stop. Each different group seems to have a different aspect of the talent's needs in mind. And then IAU isn't even strictly porn.
Talent needs, and there's so many needs in different areas. Like from the talent that's new, they have different needs than the talent that's been here for a while.
Absolutely.
So there's a lot of.
There's definitely a gender war. I'm sorry, I said gender war. There is definitely a generation war.
Yeah. So AC, it's wonderful for new performers. If you are a new performer, that is the direction even I say to go to.
Right.
They have the 101, for new performers, they're wonderful groups. We are not set up for new performers. We are set up more for performers that have been here for a while and that plan to stay.
Right. We're concentrating on the business side of the industry that is not MindGeek. Nothing against MindGeek. But something. There's really nothing wrong with the secondary system because right now there's only one. There's just the MindGeek system, and then all of the independents. You're either niche or you're not working, Yeah,
and that's not good. And this blacklisting stuff is retarded. And this, judging everybody. There's enough room for everybody if everybody would just stop and get along.
Right. So let that be a message to anybody who might be listening from MindGeek that, something, go ahead and you can refuse all the entertainers that you want on the basis that they won't tote your party line. And you know what? We'll take them. I'm a libertarian. By my very definition, this is what I do. I take in people dissatisfied with the major parties. It's the same thing here, except in this case, it's not even a duopoly. It's a monopoly.
And they don't have to worry. Soon, we're hoping that they won't have to worry about if they join the union, they won't get work. We know that's out there. Because
I guess I'm just saying that
be starting companies.
As it seems right now, as it sits right now, if MindGeek doesn't want these models, they really shouldn't hold it against us if we want to work with them. If you don't want them and you threw them away, what do you care if we go? You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
If I toss them out of the way, I don't have a right to decide who she works for afterwards. So and never once, like you just said, would we recommend a model not work for them. So this doesn't have to be an either or proposition.
We would never say that. We would never say don't work for that company or don't work for that agent unless you're an agent that's not licensed.
Well,
then
there's that. But even that, but what's a license? I think the bonding is more important than a license. I think reputation is more important than license.
Well, it's a legal issue.
Sure, if you're going to work for major productions,
Yeah.
Right now there's a lot of independent stuff going on. I don't know what IEAU and APAC wants to focus on in that regards, because I'm just speaking for me. But, I deal with models and websites directly, and I like to build a portfolio by doing that. So
agents that abuse talent, I've heard of a lot of agents that have slapped this one girl right across the face. That's not okay.
Exactly. And these are licensed bonded agents.
That information, we will let that information out because that is information the talent needs to know. Now, when we understand that the talent is not easy to deal with, and you get so frustrated with some of us because we're a handful. So, but still, you shouldn't hit us.
Heard me.
Yeah. Right?
Heard me. No, but seriously, no, you're right. And like I said, I believe that we can form a partnership. I do.
Yeah.
We're not going to want to deal with every model, and they're not going to want to deal with every model, and it's a big enough world for everybody. And the monopoly system doesn't do well for anybody but MindGeek. And, again, if if you had products, if you're a business and you have products that you don't want anymore and you toss them aside into the public domain, well, then you know what? That's your business decision.
And there's not a whole lot of companies left to sue for. So right now, you're more or less a webcam girl to be a porn star.
That too, right?
So
yeah,
you don't
because
have agents.
No, right, because the
girl.
upside of the MindGeek situation, the upside of the MindGeek situation
we're getting complaints because I received the emails, and we're getting complaints from the web companies saying, well, if you sign our contract and you no longer want to work for this site, you're not allowed to work for another company or another site for a year. And I'm like, well, first of all, how are they going to know? Change your name, call your name something else, and click on another site.
Right. But that's the whole thing. That's it. They're not trying to stop you from working. They just don't want you to take the name that they think they own and then take it somewhere else and make someone else money.
Yeah, so you don't have to. You're not stuck there. Just change your name. Move on.
Yeah, but that's a problem because marketing is all based on a name.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all based on a name. It's hard for your following to follow you. It's hard to.
They don't communicate. The website don't communicate, so they don't know if you no longer don't want to work for them or you worked with somebody else unless you tell them.
Right. Well, yeah. There's that too. Yeah, we're Plan B.
Communicate.
we are openly Plan B for new models. We are not. Yeah. We are definitely not Plan A. We're just getting started, and like I said, I would rather work with than against. And I mean, if we're providing things that MindGeek doesn't want to provide, I don't see why they wouldn't want to work with us. Things like testing and
for the
other
first
benefits.
Time ever, you have a group of people that's willing to stand up and say, I am for the performer, period. And we'll stick to the performer side, period. And with no remorse or no care of which side. Because normally you take the people's side who pay you. So people take the company side, the director's side.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's never been a group that says, we will not do that. No matter what. No matter what's thrown at us, no matter what's said about us, we're going to stand here, and we're going to be for the performer, period. And that's not something that's been here before.
Yeah. But again, perfect timing, because we're at a place now where that blacklist is getting longer and longer by the day. Personally, I'd like to get my hands on it.
The blacklist?
Yeah.
I think that's just an imaginary list that your reputation.
Yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to say I was blacklisted, and the producers would be like, no, you're not. And I'd be like, okay, well, you didn't say that there's no such thing as a blacklist, so...
Oh, I'm blacklisted.
Oh, I am too. Are you kidding?
I don't care, because I was already done before I was blacklisted.
And I don't care because I'm a self-producer. But, I mean... But that's the whole thing.
And now more people know me now more of my name today than they did before when I was doing thousands of movies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But when you were doing thousands of movies, because there was such a problem with the talent and because it was so taboo, there was a much smaller talent pool. Now the number of shooters has gone down. The number of production companies, blanket umbrella companies, has gone down to one.
Yeah.
And the talent pool is enormous. So it's a revolving door policy.
Not to work or have anything to say for your work, but just to provide you with a sense of togetherness.
Yeah. But what bothers me the most is that if you decide to go that route, you're going to end up with us anyway. Because what's the average career span these days?
I don't know. They say 6 months.
Was it like 90 days or something? 6 months? 3 to 6 months.
The plans are set up that way, so you can still have our insurance and our retirement plans no matter what job you go to, because you pay into them directly yourself. So you can go to multiple jobs, and your plans still stay with you.
See that? So if you want to go independent, or you're having trouble finding work after being
as an escort, or you're working as a dancer, and you want to be a webcam girl and the performer, you can do all those things.
Yep.
And your retirement and your insurance still goes with you.
Yep. Because having it shadow over your vanilla life is like the ultimate punishment for something that, a lot of people get forced into by financial circumstances, and a lot of people are too young to really take responsibility
I
for that
got our
decision.
insurance program. It's a little bit more expensive now than we want it to be. But the more people that get involved, the cheaper it will become. So over the years, our insurance will get lower as everyone gets higher. Because with more people that join our group, our insurance will get less expensive.
Right.
But I'm getting a brand new boob job because I got insurance.
Oh, yeah, I have insurance too, and I thank you for reminding me. I need to get mine done too.
Yeah, so
I always said for years I don't want a boob job, but then I was skinny. Well, after I beat cancer, I had this diet where I had to get as many calories in me as possible. So I was eating like gallons of ice cream at a time, and I blew up to like almost 200 pounds, and now I'm kind of approaching normal. But I don't want to lose my butt, so I have to get a boob job, or my proportions are all thrown out of whack.
Oh, you're echoing.
Yeah. Oh, so you're echoing.
I have you playing.
Who's echoing?
Oh,
At the
you're
same time.
echoing.
I know. Let me turn you
Oh.
down.
I have you playing.
Hang on.
You gotta turn me down.
At the same time.
Yes, turn your radio down.
Okay, there. Sorry. Yeah. So our insurance plan is getting me a boob job, and not only that, tomorrow, someone that we all adore and love, and that's a legend in our business, has been in a very bad bind and stuck on way too many drugs for too long. And our insurance program just got her into her first rehab. She goes in tomorrow.